Hey, good evening and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk. We are live here at Melvin's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe. We're here every Wednesday night at 6:30 to talk with Neville head football coach Mike Collins. I'm your host, Stewart Shelby, and tonight's first segment is brought to you by our good friends over there at H. Michaels Sports on Forsyth Avenue. Get in and gear up over there at H. Michaels Sports. All right, Coach. Tigers needed a W, and they got one last Friday against a talented team from a little bit up north at Sterlington. And it was 28-21 is the final. And your thoughts on
I think we played a very, very good football team, well-coached football team. A team that you're not going to get many possessions in offensively.
I think only 7 on the night. Is that what we had?
Yeah, and then, obviously defensively you've got to get them stopped, and it's something that you don't see. And our kids did a really, really nice job on defense of defense in the option and what they tried to do. And they came out in a couple different formations on us and adjusted to those very well. Coach Wise had our guys ready to go, and I thought we played with a lot of intensity and a lot of enthusiasm and good assignment football on defense. And then offensively, other than the fact that we may have hurt ourselves with a couple penalties and a couple of drives, we moved the ball very well during the course of the ball game. And we're slowly but surely getting well and healthy, and I think it showed. And the more these guys get back going again, the better off we're going to be. And proud of our guys for coming out and the way we fought during the course of the game. We got out to the 14-0 lead, and then we let them slip back in there and go in at halftime, tied up, and then came back out and took a 2-touchdown lead again. And they scored right there at the end of the ball game, kicked onside kick and got it. And defensively we stopped them. From scoring at the end of the ball game to be able to tie it up or try to win it with a 2-point conversion. And, the same scenario happened the week before and we got beat. And, so proud of our guys on both sides of the football for, the way we competed and, just our competitive spirit in the ball game. I thought was really, really good, and it showed. We started in practice last week, and, we have these things called catapult, and they gauge your intensity, the effort that you give, and a lot of other things they calculate for you. And, our intensity level was up on it last week, and again, it's up again this week. So, pleased with our guys for the way they're practicing and the way they're going about their business. And, they understand, I think, now that we've got everybody healthy, we got a chance to be a really good football team.
Yeah, you talk about coming off of a couple of losses and then coming back with that win. You mentioned it there at the end. It was a lot of people were going, okay, here we go again. With when they get the onside kick. But the difference was you finished this.
We did.
On defense right there and held them out. And it really is a crazy game when you play the first 5 deal. We played 5 different types of offenses in the first 5 games, preparing as we get ready to go into district, which we'll talk about later. But that, and then coming to, is it tougher? I want to ask you as a defensive coach, that 5th one is the flex bone and the option team.
I think what that showed was that we can be very disciplined on defense, and because you have to be to defend it, and that's number one. Number two is you've got to be assignment sound, and I thought our guys were assignment sound. We gave up a couple of passes. Of course, one of them was a really nice throw and catch. One of them we just kind of cut the guy miscommunication, and we cut a guy loose, and so they were able to hit him. And then, the quarterback makes a long run right off the bat in the first of the game. He fumbles the ball, it bounces right back up to him. And, so you don't account for that one.
Exactly. That was a 60-yard play.
Yeah, it was that 60 yards of their rushing yards, and they had, 140 for the game, so it knocks it back down to about 80. And, for a team that's averaging, close to probably 300 yards rushing the game.
Them, yeah.
I thought we did a really, really good job there.
I think you definitely did. You talked about that. And the defense, first 2 drives of the night for Sterlington, get down inside the 25-yard line.
Right.
And you were able to – they were able to come out with no points given up.
Yeah,
so,
we did a really good job after the quarterback breaks the long run and gets it all the way down there, and then we held them there. And then we held them to a field goal attempt on the second time down there. And and they had a short field.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It
wasn't
really
drives.
Good. No, it was really good by our defense of what they did. And then, once we got it going on offense, I felt like, felt good about our possessions then, because I knew, we were going to get the ball in the second half because we deferred in the first half, and we actually had a chance to double it up, hit it right at the end of the first half, and then have the ball to start the second half, which is what I was hoping for anyway. Yeah. And just so happened it kind of worked itself out that, but we just weren't fortunate enough to score right before half, And like I said, they got a good football team, and their guys are, they're defending state champions.
Exactly.
So, I'm not going to take anything away from them. They did a good job. They can coach. They can play, and all that.
There's good players over there up there in Sterlington. All right. Well, let's dive into a couple of these highlights from last Friday night. This first one, you talked about the defense a lot. Well, here's another nice play.
Yeah, this is the 4th and 11 down there. The first time they had the ball down there, and they tried to throw a little throwback screen on us, and Jacoby Collins, who's doing a really nice job as linebacker for us, kind of sniffed it out, and that was 4th down, so we were able to hold them right there on that.
And it was just, like you said, they had the play called, and Jacoby Collins, an individual effort, helped you guys out.
Yeah, he did. Doing what he's supposed to do.
That's right.
That's the only way you can put it. He did what he was supposed to do, did his job, and really nice effort.
The offense gets the football right there after the turnover on downs, and then Zealand Young just starts out hot tonight.
Well, he did, and a really nice job by our guys blocking right there too. The wide out, and then our offensive lineman, and being smart enough not to block behind the play. And then we got down there and got in a hurry. And got them out there. That's Bennett McNabb right there, and Ronald Corley right there leading the way. And of course, if they could keep up with him, we'd be in trouble one way or the other. I don't know, but thank God Zealand can run, and he did a good job. He's big and physical, and showed it right there.
Another big night for him. We'll talk about a little bit more about him later on here in these highlights. All right.
Yep.
You talked about able to punch it in here.
Yep.
J-Rob punches it in from the 3.
He did, and that's, we get the ball down there quick, and our guys did a good job of coming off the football, and they brought all kinds of pressure, and we did a good job of blocking the right people and knocking them off the ball, and he had a big crease in there to get it in. So, again, there we are, down there, and we take a lead. And anytime you can get a lead on option football team is what you want to try to do. You want them to play from behind, and I think that, we did a good job of that all night.
All right, 3rd down stop. You talked about the short field they got on their second possession, and this is a big 3rd down stop here for the defense inside the 20.
And really good job right here of, running the football. That was a 3rd and 8 play on the goal line. 3rd and 8 from about the 12-yard line there, and good job of our guys running to the football, and their guys there, getting off blocks, being able to stop the toss sweep. They had a little success with it every once in a while the other night, and we did a good job of defending it.
Here's was one of my favorite plays of the night. This next one, and this is kind of a fake screen, and then
it was, and we did a good job there of we thrown the screen so much to Zealand that the screening go right there to Mason, and I was wondering if it was ever going to come down, and he did a whirly bird there to catch it, and he goes as fast as he can go, and
he gets down inside the 15.
He got the ball down there on the goal line for us,
right.
and
once you get in on that goal line,
right.
It's always good. I don't think Mason knew how open he was.
That's
after
right.
That point.
You see great effort right there too on our wideouts part of running down the field and trying to get ahead of him and block for him from the other side of the field. So again, it's good team football. Everybody got in the mix, And it was a big play for us right there, and set us up for another score.
Well, Zeeland gets his first touchdown of the night here later on in this drive, and it's just this.
Here it is right here.
That slant.
Yeah, I mean, just RPO right there. And, he's such a big target down in there, and he does a good job with his route, and Parker sticks it in between a couple of guys. If you really saw the end zone picture of that one, it's a pretty good picture. And you can really see where Parker threaded the ball in between a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And, I'll tell you what, you can see the end zone right there too, and our students did a wonderful job down there. Mm-hmm. It was pink out for us, but just the enthusiasm they had, and very appreciative for them being there and really showing great spirit for our school.
Yeah, Zeeland continues his big night. There's another big play.
This is a good one here.
It's coming out of half, or your first possession of the.
It just shows
half.
His strength and his power right here.
Yeah.
And balance. I mean, it's a big play right there for us. And get the ball out of there, and he runs a good route, and they were kind of giving us those, and we just took them. And so. And that's what you want to do, whatever they're giving you, we're going to take it and, try to move forward, move the ball on down the field with it.
I believe that was the second drive of the second half, either way. But you get down to the other end of the field, and then J-Rob slips out. No, wait a second. This is the Zeeland big play right here.
Yeah. This is right out the chute in the second half right here.
Yeah.
In the third quarter. He'd done such a good job. What you don't realize is what he had done before that.
Yeah.
Again, showing his power there.
That was a big.
Well, if you saw the running play off of it earlier, where he, really got it hold to the defensive end
and picked up a block, and
then the running back was able to make a nice run.
Yeah.
And so the pass off of it, obviously,
After that, you can play off of that one, and then he shows that at the end of the play. Now, this is the little.
This is Jamarion.
Yeah.
He does a nice job here. We got a good ball fake right there, and then he slips out through the lineman there, and down there on the goal line, does a good job getting the ball in the end zone.
I believe that's the first reception for a touchdown, other than Zeeland, that y'all.
That's what they tell me.
I believe, but either way,
yeah.
I mean, what it is, so. You'd be able to get J-Rob slipped out there and was able to get in for the score. Let's see what's up next. Okay, this is Zeeland right here
This again, if you really saw the good view of it, the guy tries to muscle him up on the line of scrimmage, and you can see him just swat it.
Yeah,
and then he becomes wide open, and his strength and speed gets him into the end zone.
Yeah, he finished 6 catches, about 147 yards, and a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah.
So in there, another big night for number 13.
Big night for Parker to throw the ball too. Did a great job after all week. Just really didn't know what his status was going to be, or whether he was going to be able to really play quarterback for us in the ball game. And.
250 plus through the air.
250 yards.
Efficient.
I think we were, 13 for 18 or something like
right
that,
around in there. Yeah.
So, it just showed his toughness as well to being able to play in the ball game.
Juju Burns, it's hard to get through one without a highlight from him on the defensive side of the ball. He had a couple of these.
Well, he had more than a couple in the ball game. He actually was our defensive player of the week, and really did a good job, and doing what we asked him to do, and being where he was supposed to be. Those are the things that really make us a good defense whenever we do those things. And that's something we've harped on for the last couple of weeks really hard. And hey, you got a job to do. Let's do your job. Don't worry about somebody else's. You got to do your own job. And once we do that, doesn't matter whether you're on offense or defense. Once we do that, then we're a lot better football team for it.
That was on 2nd and 10 as Sterlington was trying to drive down and tie this ball game up, and then I think the third down.
Yeah, this is actually after the onside kick, and Max gets the interception.
Right. Yeah.
And we make that first. Juju makes that first tackle right there, and then Max gets the interception right here. Max is smart enough to go ahead and get on the ground and not trying to do anything fancy with it. I think he thought about it for a second, And if he looked at the sideline everybody's getting get down, brother. And so anyway, he did that, and so the ball game up for us.
Able to run the clock out from there. Yep. Tigers win 28-21 last Friday at the Bill. Well, Coach, probably good. I mean, just kind of wrap it up for us.
I think the big thing is it's homecoming. Okay, that's number one. Always distractions, and we had a great crowd, unbelievable, and then, two, we didn't know where we were. Our team, we had lost 2 in a row. We needed to come out and we needed to fight hard. And we needed to battle, and and we had gotten everybody that we could get healthy at this point in time in the season. Mm-hmm. Everybody that meant something. Our 3 offensive linemen were back. Our defensive end was back. Our quarterback played. Yeah. So everybody that had been hurt and hadn't really played in the last few weeks was able to play. So that made a difference in our team. That's number one. And then number 2 is, we had a great amount of spirit, I thought, as a football team, and a determination that we were going to go out there and get it done. And that's kind of the way we practiced. It is the way we practiced this entire week. It's our first district ball game. We'll talk about that later, but again, it's the way we've practiced the entire week. So, when we practice like that, and I think there's nothing but good things that happen for you as a football team. And I think that's the determination this whole group has shown, is that you got us backed into a corner, we're going to come out of there fighting.
Well, it definitely showed last Friday night. All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Tigers moved to 3-2. We'll talk about that district opener later on in tonight's show. But first, we got to take a break. When we come back, we will welcome in Coach Glen Hunt, making his second appearance.
Making his annual appearance.
Yeah, it was a great one last week. We'll see what he's got in store for. I mean, last year. We'll see what he's got in store this year. So stick with us. We'll be back with more Tiger Talk right after this.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we are done.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes, sir. Miss Gwen's going to get you all seated and ready to roll. Nothing to eat or drink for 3 to 4 hours.
Come on, Doc. I was hoping to get myself some po' boys and tamales.
No, Mr. Mayor, you can't do that. But if you could, where would you go?
We gotta go see Chris Lewis at Coney Island Connection.
Stop by Coney Island Connection, where you get more than just a chili cheeseburger and a chili cheese dog. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Right here at Coney Island Connection.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Arklitex Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble, isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted, Arklitex Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
At St. Francis Health, we're focused on serving you with a dedication to excellence, innovation, clinical expertise, and respect for who you are as a person. As we turn our attention to the future, our commitment to Northeast Louisiana is at the center of how we move St. Francis forward. Our highly skilled team has one thing in mind: excellence in healthcare. It is our honor and our mission to serve you and this community. St. Francis, official healthcare partner of the Neville Tigers.
At Origin Bank, we understand the importance of community. That's why we're committed to the Northeast Louisiana Food Bank, providing meals to 25,000 of our neighbors across 12 parishes. Through their efforts, they provide about 6 million meals a year to those facing hunger in our area. Visit foodbanknela.org to learn more, sign up to volunteer, or donate to support their mission. Thanks so much to the Nela Food Bank for your community efforts and for partnering with us at Origin Bank.
Imagine having a beautiful smile that carries you through all stages of life, and that beautiful smile begins at Caples & Robinson Orthodontics. To further enhance our patient experience and care, Dr. Caples and Dr. Robinson welcome Dr. Cammie Laird as a new member of the Caples & Robinson practice. And with over 56 years of combined practice, we are the most experienced orthodontic group in Northeast Louisiana. We use the latest advancements in orthodontic technology, including the Damon Ultima system for braces, and spark aligners that are customized to fit your life, not the other way around. Our doctors and staff will make sure you have the best experience possible on your journey to a straighter smile. That includes faster and more comfortable treatment that will give you a smile you'll be proud to wear. Ready to get started? Contact Caples and Robinson Orthodontics today at 318-325-9655 and take the first step towards a confident smile.
A sandwich with soup. No, salad.
With Nuke's Pick 3, satisfy all your cravings. Sandwich salad soup, sandwich soup mac, sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. Such possibilities from $12.99.
Nuke's, extra with every bite.
Hey, it's Misty Hodge with the Hodge Baruki Group, coming live to you from Bill Ruppel Stadium. In real estate, just like in football, you need a winning game plan.
And at the Hodge Baruki Group, we call the plays that get you to the goal line. Buying, selling, or dreaming, let me help you score your home this season. Go Tigers!
And we're back here live from Tiger Talk here at Melvin's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe. Tonight's second segment is brought to you by our good friends there, the Carpenter Health Network, St. Joseph Hospice, Stat Home Health. It's the Stat Home Care Group. They provide compassionate, reliable in-home health services tailored to your needs. And right now, one of the assistant coaches segment here as we welcome in co-offensive coordinator Glen Hunt back to the program. And Coach, you know, it's been a interesting year to this point. You know, a lot of talk about not your offensive line, but the offensive line. And you talk about, Coach was alluding to earlier about kind of overcoming a little bit of adversity there in these first 5 weeks, and talk about your guys and what they've been able to do.
I've done this for 32 years, and I've never had this plague of injuries on the offensive line. We've started 4 different centers, 2 different left guards, 3 different right guards, and 2 different right tackles. And we went the 6 weeks from the scrimmage, the jam, and the first 4 when we had 6 different O-line combinations. And then finally last week we went from St. Thomas More to the Sterlington with the same O-line. And I think people could see the difference, the improvement. And I tell them that the only way an offensive lineman learns how to play together is to play together. Yeah. And you develop consistency and trust with one another.
And it definitely has shown, you know, the improvement from the last couple of weeks here. And it is tough. You know, you come from the spring into the summer, and then all of a sudden it's,
Right.
Yeah, where do we go? Yeah.
We had an offensive lineman start against Oak Grove that was in 5th hour at the start of the year, and we finally moved him to 7th hour. And, you know, he was 3rd string, and, you know, he worked his way up, and he had to start that game. And he wasn't ready, but he just had to go. And he fought his tail off. And I know that the community's a little frustrated with the 2 losses and the way the offensive line played, but it's not an excuse. It's just the reason.
The reality.
Yes.
And that's the thing. I mean, we're in this day and age. I mean, anyway, when the microscope kind of gets on you, you got to understand the reality of what everybody's dealing with. I mean, because I know the work that you guys put in on that on the offensive side of the football, and it's been, you know, what we've had with, you know, from last year to this year. I mean, lost a couple of guys, and then you had to replace them. So even the guys that were going in there didn't have much.
You know, we only had
live playing time.
We had 2 returning starters, and that was Nick and Van.
Yeah.
And including tight end, we had to replace 4 guys. And then those 4 guys, or 3 of those guys, get injured. So, man, it's been tough. But, hey, they have fought every week. And just like Coach alluded to earlier, I thought this was our best week of practice that we've had. There's been focus, attention to detail, and great effort and physicality during practice.
When you talk about these offensive linemen, like what do you attribute a successful offensive lineman? Like what are you looking for in a kid? Like when you find somebody and say, maybe.
Number one thing is motor. Are they nasty? Are they going to play hard? And that's the number one thing. Are they going to get after it and give you everything they have? Yeah, you want 6'6" Lance Hurd. And
Will Campbell.
Campbell's, you want those.
That's pretty,
But, you know, let's say you're not going to have those all the time. But I'll tell you what, I got a good group, you know, right now starting for us. Van, a 3-year starter. Nick, Ochoa is a 2-year starter, and then we got Grant Vinson at the center, and at right guard Ronald Corley. And when he's been healthy, he's been really good for us. And then starting at the right tackle for us is Bennett McNabb, and he spot played some last year for us.
Yeah.
And then Mason at the tight end.
Mason at tight end, and Bennett has been bouncing around that offensive line as you were
played
juggling.
4 different positions.
Exactly.
Yes.
And as you roll through there, it seems like maybe, knock on wood, injuries out of the way. But I mean, being able to move forward with that, the rest of the offense. That's the thing.
Right.
I mean, is you've got with Parker back there in his second year of starting, right? And then the play that you're getting from the edge and out there outside with Z and a couple.
We
of those
just got to have
guys.
those other 2 young receivers, whether when we get Sledge back or whether it's Bird or whether it's Reaper. We got to get some plays out of them. I mean, they're making catches in 4 or 5. We got to be able to make some plays with them.
And you got, with a couple of running backs that you've had, you had J. Rob who had some experience from last year, and then the Blackston, number 22, has been a pleasant surprise for you. It's kind of a
really
bruiser.
has. And we kind of use him on goal line just because he's a little thicker, a little heavier. But I thought J. Rob, he missed those 2 games, and I thought last week he really shined. I thought he ran the ball extremely hard and had maybe his best game.
Maybe talk about the scheme that you've had on these first 5 weeks. I mean, we talked about offensively, from the defensive side of the ball, we've faced 5 different styles of offense. Has it been that much different from the offensive to the defenses that you faced
Well,
this
the
year?
first 3 weeks of the year we played an odd front, and then the last 2, have been somewhat 4-man, but then like Sterlington in the second half went straight odd 7-man box.
Yeah.
And so, we've had to adjust our assignments, and, they got to learn that. We practice against a 4-man front, a 5-man front, 6-man front every week just so we, know how to block it if it comes up.
Yeah, and you've got looking forward to this week with Pineville. I mean, anything that points out to you or stood out to you from what they do defensively?
They've been multiple. Red River, they played a 3-man front with 2 backers, and then against Pineville, they ran like our defense, a 4-2-5, and then some against Leesville, they played 4-2-5, and then some 5-man front.
Well, that keeps you on your toes, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're looking to do things that way. Well, starting off this year, I mean, to this point, we've reached the halfway point in the season. We talk about goals and things of that nature. What were the kind of the goals that you set for your offensive line on this offense, and where do they stand? Or is it fair to even start putting that?
Well, it's hard to say because we've just had to play so many, but by doing that, we have developed some depth. I'm not scared to put Drew Rutledge in there if we have to, or Wesley James, and but our goal is to get better each week.
Yeah.
And the most important game on our schedule is the next one. And so that's what we preach. Coach does a great job of not looking ahead. Let's focus on this week and let's get better.
Well, and it's definitely it showed last week, and it looks to get going here in the next 5 weeks, which are going to be as tough of a 5-week stretch as anybody in the state. Getting to this point, coming from this district, you coached in this district for ever. It's for a long
Since
time.
2000.
Since 2000. Is there any maybe comparisons just looking forward to this district of maybe the depth this year?
Just how great these teams in our district are. You got 2 undefeateds, and you got 3 4-1s.
And, 2 of them were in the state championship game last year in separate divisions, or select and non-select. And then you've got, Resurgent, West Monroe, and then, Ruston are the 4-1s.
Right. And then Pineville's 4-1.
Pineville's 4-1.
Yeah. And you just got to be ready to play every Friday night. It's back like in the 90s, old 2-5A, man. It's a grind. There's great coaches and great players for every program.
Well, there definitely is. All right. Take me where you want to go on this. Anything extra that I didn't ask you?
We got to quit depending on Parker and Zeeland so much. We got to be able to run the football a little bit more effectively. We need more yards per game rushing than we've been averaging. And now since we're getting a consistent offensive line, I'm hoping that our running game will improve. Yes,
well,
exactly.
And being able to set things up with one to the other and vice versa.
Right. So right now, most teams will be able to play too high on us, keep 6 in the box, and have done a good job of stopping our run. So we got to be able to take advantage. If they're going to cheat a safety over Zeeland to take him out of the game, we've got to be able to run the football.
Well, it definitely everybody's looking forward to these next 5 weeks, and hopefully it goes as long as we can. Play into that last whistle blows.
That crowd Friday night was unbelievable. That's the loudest I've heard Bill Ruppel in a long, long time.
There's a lot of people in there, and it's a lot of these people. I know everybody in here was out there, but yes, you were right. I thought it was.
Fantastic.
It was good. And we're on the road this week. It's going to be at Pineville. We hope to see a lot of you down there as well. It'll be my first trip to Pineville to play a football game.
It's an easy drive.
It's easy. All the way, just right down the road on 165, and then we got back. We got Ruston coming back after that. Not looking forward, but just kind of giving you an idea. Well, look, Coach, always a good time talking with you.
Yes, sir. I enjoyed it.
And talking with you. So we're going to let you step out. We're going to get some of these players in here as the captains for next week are on deck. So we appreciate you sticking with us here on Sunny 98.3 as well as the Neville Tiger Network. We'll be back for the third segment right after this.
We're running the winning play at Sparks Nissan Kia. Whether you're recruiting a car, truck, or SUV, our lineup is stacked with all-stars ready to take the field. We're talking championship deals, low down payments, and monthly payments that won't sideline your budget. Ready to make a trade? We'll give you top dollar. That's a win in any playbook. Sparks Nissan Kia, where every drive is a touchdown. We're wishing our Neville Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, we bring our A-game every day, delivering a home run experience for you, like the thrill of sinking the game-winning shot or finding just the right vehicle for you. Whatever drives you when you shop with Jim Taylor, we put you in the starting lineup. Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
At Marion State Bank, we're committed to the growth of our community, starting with education. From elementary to high school and beyond, we invest in the growth of our students. Because strong roots begin with empowered minds, from local classrooms to high school athletics, and supporting college dreams. Marion State Bank, rooted in education and local athletics. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. Here at Coney Island Connection, we believe in giving back and showing a lot of love, and it's all made possible because of you. Thank you for making Coney Island Connection a small business with a big heart.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Neville Tigers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Tigers!
At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we're focusing on showing people that every act of kindness fuels a movement to touch lives in unexpected, meaningful ways. Your gift allows the Tarver Braddock Foundation to continue turning loss into love, one act at a time.
Thanks to our generous donors, we're able to honor Tarver's spirit by meeting needs wherever they appear through random acts of kindness. To learn more about our mission and consider giving, visit TarverBraddockFoundation.com.
Hi, I'm Christian Creed with Creed & Creed. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, you deserve a team that won't back down. So if you've been injured in an accident, make the right call to your local legal team at Creed & Creed and let us help you win today. Let's go Tigers, and remember, home field advantage matters. Call Creed & Creed today. Proudly serving our great community for over 30 years. We are your local injury attorneys.
Hi, welcome everybody as we Come back here. We are in the third segment here on Tiger Talk. We're live at Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday night in the fall. Third quarter is brought to you by our good friend Jeff Guerrero and his Warrior Media Group. We got 103 Rocks, Sunday 98.3, and Magic 106, the soul of the city. All right, we traded out Coach Hunt. We got captains. From, I guess, on your TV screen, if you're looking to your left, you got Mason Hart, Juju Burns next to him, Ben McNabb, and Malik Grayson. So how about a round for our captains this week? I want to start with you. Oh, I thought he was telling me to start with you, Coach. I'm going to start with Malik, all right, because he's right here next to me. All right, Malik, man, we ever since we first talked earlier in the year, you continue to make plays on that defensive line. I mean, people have been impressed with your athleticism, being able to not just make typical defensive lineman plays. You're chasing running backs down from behind, all that kind of. What do you attribute that to as far as your preparation, or are you looking for things like that? Tell me about what makes you're that motor run.
Basically, just what Coach Collins preaches to us every day. Give all your effort that you got, and never give up on anything that you do. Just keep giving up effort. Go 100% everything you do.
Well, it definitely has shown out there on the football field. All right, Bennett, what position on the offensive line have you not played yet this year?
None. I played every position.
Played every position. And now that we've got we talked with Coach Hunt earlier, and now we got everybody back. Are close to being back right now. You've slid on down to that right tackle. Is that kind of where you thought you would be starting, or does it matter?
Not where I thought I'd be starting, but it doesn't matter to me. It's what helps the team.
Well, and it definitely did. Guys were able to move some guys around. Are you looking forward to maybe a little bit more continuity, keeping everybody healthy on these next few games?
Yes, sir, I am. It's all about what Coach Hunt said, consistency, and going up against an end like Malik and the D-line that we have, it makes everybody better.
It definitely does, and it also looks better what you got down there. It's a lot less than you had on early on in the year. All right, so we'll move on to Juju, and we've seen you make hits and all that, so I'm not even going to ask you what you like to do better, hit people or intercept passes, but I'm gonna give you the opportunity to answer, but you tell me.
I'll definitely say hitting, but I've been working on attacking the ball, and yeah.
Well, what we talked with Malik about that motor, and we've been watching you fill gaps, do that deal. You're one of the better or best run-stopping safeties we've had around here in a long time. I mean, have you always had that intensity when you were playing football?
Yeah, ever since Little League, I've been having that intensity. I always, run to the ball and, go knock someone out.
And it definitely shows. I mean, you truly enjoy laying them licks every week.
Yes, sir, definitely.
We enjoy it too. Yeah, there you go. All right, and Mason, as we come down to you, we've had some breakout catches this year. Last time we talked about the one that bobbled down in there, and then you could be honest because you did make the catch and had a big gain right there. But how big were your eyes when that ball was floating up in the air on that fake screen that y'all ran the other?
Lord knows they're about as big as a plate ate to burger off of. I try to work on as much as I can, but I'm just really glad when it came down to it, it happened, and it worked out.
Well, it did. I mean, and not only catching passes, but being able to work with that offensive line. You're able to move the ball and protect Parker a little bit at the same time. So talk about maybe that progression over the last couple weeks.
Working with Coach Hunt, having our endo sections in practice definitely helped me, working on the little things, working on the steps, hand placement, where your eyes should be, playing with your eyes, hands, and feet. He's definitely taught us a lot.
It definitely has. It's showing, and you talk about this season is a long season. It's not just one that you start on one day, but we're halfway through it. We got district coming up. Maybe talk about just what playing in this district in these past couple of years, especially in this 2-5A district, kind of means, the challenges that you guys face with the types of teams that you've got to face here in the back end of this season?
I say people really look down as if we were a small team, and we just got to show them what we really have this season and forever going on.
Always something to prove each week and out. Like Coach Hunt said, you got, I think there's only 3 losses out of the 5. Outside of Neville, the teams that we're facing, Pineville's 4-1, Western Road's 4-1, Ruston's 4-1, and the other 2 are undefeated in this district. Bennett, talk about the mindset you have going into week 1. What type of statement are you trying to make as a football team?
We're trying to make a statement that those 2 games don't define us, and those were 2 really good football teams, but we beat ourselves there, and it's time we get back on track and start putting up some points.
Juju, defensively, we've had some opportunities, had some missed opportunities in a couple of games going on. But talk about the focus that you guys have coming out to finish the rest of this year.
I would just say just going back, looking at what we can do better, like running to the ball, making tackles, being where we're supposed to be. Just, doing our assignment and worried about our job, like Coach Collins says.
I like that. All right, Mason, anything that what you've worked on this year, we talked about pass catching and everything else. Anything that new or anything that you might been working on here coming up for the district, or is it just more of the same, just trying to get better each and every week?
Definitely trying to get better each and every week. Me personally, our DNs like to keep me working on me trying to defend a swim move. And them DNs like to swim a lot, and really got to sit my hips, keep my head up.
Yeah, are you talking to Malik or something like that? Do we want to try one out right here? Can y'all figure that out? No. All right. Well, all right. Last question for everybody as we approach the end of this. Homecoming was last week. What was your favorite part of homecoming week?
Winning the game.
I'm asking them, Kevin. I'm asking them. But I know winning the game. All right, we're going to give you winning the game. I'm talking about outside of that. What the best part of last week?
I had to say, all the fun events we did before the game, and, being able to hang out with all our friends with the different events, like movie night, volleyball game, just all that fun carnival stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, having to actually participate in most of the stuff, which was good. All right, Bennett, same question.
I really enjoyed the pep rally. The tradition of Neville is very deep, and it was longer, so we got out of class shorter. So, but I like the DJ too. They've added new stuff to the pep rallies, and it's really enjoyable.
Not bad. Yeah, the DJ is a nice touch. All right, Juju, we're not going to change things up on you, man. What was your favorite part of last week?
I didn't really do much. I just stayed at the house. It was a good atmosphere, seeing everybody come along. Some people that didn't come to the game, but seeing alumni come, and it was a good vibe.
Definitely. There was a lot of alumni in from all the way back in the 60s. I don't know if 50s had one, but I know 1965 had one last week. Okay, Mason, last chance to answer the same question.
The catering job at the dance. That was some of the greatest dance food I've ever had in my life.
Was that Craven's? Is that what they had at the dance? I believe so. Yeah. Ms. Dawson, or Dr. Dawson, put it.
It was amazing. Great job. They need to do it again.
Great job. Well, that's some high praise coming from these guys who know about eating food. So, all right. Well, look, guys, good luck this Friday night going down to Pineville. It's the first time I've been down there. I think the first time we've been down there and played, at least y'all right there. So good luck as we start district, and looking forward to a great next few weeks. All right? All right, everybody, round of applause for these young men, the captains for tonight. Mason Hart, Juju Burns, Bennett McNabb, and Malik Grayson. We'll come back with Coach Collins to talk about those Pineville Rebels right after this, so you don't want to miss that. Stay with us.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Looking for a great meal right here in Monroe? Stop by Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza on the corner of Tower and Lammy Lane. Whether you're craving a fresh, made-to-order sub or a hot, cheesy pizza, they've got you covered. And while you're enjoying your favorite meal, know that Subway and Mama DeLuca's are proud to continue their support of Neville High School athletics. Great food, great people, and a great tradition of giving back. That's Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza, fueling our community and our Neville Tigers. When hunger hits, head to Sonic Drive-In on North 18th Street in Monroe. Whether it's burgers hot off the grill, crispy tots, or a classic cherry limeade, Sonic has the flavor you love. Fast, fresh, and made just the way you like it. And Sonic is proud to continue their support of Neville High School, standing behind our Tigers both on and off the field. So swing by Sonic on North 18th Street today, where great food and community spirit come together.
Taco Bandito. Our cooking and service is speedo at Taco Bandito.
Taco Bandito on Forsyth Avenue in Monroe and Warren Drive at Cypress Street in West Monroe.
Welcome to the Carpenter Health Network, where we can assist you with all your home health needs.
Promoting healthy and independent living at home with Stat Home Health.
Where advanced illness management is our specialty. Let us help you recover from injury, surgery, or illness with our team of dedicated medical professionals.
Well, we strive to make every day a good day at St. Joseph Hospice.
Let us make the Carpenter Health Network a part of your family by promoting healthy and independent living for your loved ones.
We are the network,
and we are all in.
Go Tigers!
All right, welcome back. We've reached the final segment here on Tiger Talk. We're live at Melvin's Restaurant, as we are each and every Friday or Wednesday, rather, during football season. This segment is brought to you by our good friend Joey Trappe and Traps and the Fieldhouse, which are also some good dining experiences when you want to go watch a game or something like that. The Fieldhouse is never a bad idea. All right, Coach, before we get to the Pineville Rebels, let's talk about our Origin Bank players of the game from last week.
Well, Zealand Young was our player of the week on offense. Juju Burns was our player of the week on defense. Now, not pictured is Eli Aaron, who was our special teams player. Yeah. He was,
good tackles.
Well, we're fighting the flu and strep throat and everything else, and he was at the doctor this morning, so.
We'll get a picture of him.
I think Zealand went shortly after that picture.
Yeah.
So I mean, trying to battle through that, and it's like we try to do. We try to keep everything wiped down and clean, and it is what it is. It's that time of year, and so we're going to try to do our part, and hopefully our players are doing it. Besides at the field house. So.
That's right. Well, Coach, we start district play. Non-district schedule is finished.
Yeah.
You get Pineville, the Pineville Rebels, 4-1 on the year. Their only loss was to a very hot Tioga squad.
Very good team.
But this is a team that has improved from last year. Their quarterback was hurt early in last year, and we were talking about it during the break, that the running back was kind of playing that wildcat quarterback.
He was,
and now he's back at running back.
He still does do that for them, from time to time. They'll throw him in there, and obviously, what they're trying to do. I mean, it presents problems because it's an extra guy that you don't account for in the running game. And so you got to account for him. And, he's done a really, really good job. Now, he didn't play last week. I think he had the flu or something, they said. And so he did not play for them last week, and they were able to win the ball game. The thing about them, I see them, the improvement of their football team from one year to the next, obviously, is, it looks like they're hanging their hat on something on offense, and they're hanging their hat on something on defense, and and doing a good job with it, and so we've got our hands full. I mean, they're a good football team. They wouldn't be 4-1 if they weren't a good football team, and their quarterback seems to be operating the offense. They're actually using 2 young men at quarterback. And then, whenever the young man's at tailback, he's really, really good back. He's powerful. He runs through tackles. We'll have to do a very good job of tackling him.
Yeah, I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He runs hard.
He does. He still does. And I mean, he's a really, really good football player. So then defensively, it looks like they're running around the football, making some plays, and, you don't know what you're going to get. It's gone from kind of a 50 defense to a 3-down, 3-3, and then it goes to a 4-2-5, and so they're mixing it up, and we just don't know what you're going to get as a team yet. So I guess that but offensively it looks like they're pretty set on what they want to try to do with the football and who they want to try to get it to. Have a very fast receiver, and he's made a lot of plays for him. He's a return guy for him as well. So they've tried to get him the ball a little different, some different ways, speed sweeps and, some counteraction, motioning him back in the backfield and giving him the football back there. So, we'll have our hands full, trying to defend them. And, and it's like I told our players, the good thing is we practice on grass every day, and their field is grass. So we practice on grass every day, and so it's not going to be a big deal to us. Normally it probably would be if we practiced on turf all the time, then went played on grass. But anyway, we're going to be fine there, and it's our first district ball game, and so my message to our team is that we want to start district out 1-0. Bottom line, that's our next opponent. That's what we're going to focus on. We got other teams down the road, but the one we're going to focus on is the most important game we have is this one right here, and it's against Pineville.
And, you talked a little bit about earlier in the show, but, I practiced this week. You kind of saw maybe a little you saw a ramp up last week, and then and it's continued into this week.
It has, and it's been really good. We had three really, really good days. I think our kids, understand the importance of how well we do practice, that we play a lot better when we practice well, and we have. And, of course, we got some consistency. Glenn talked about it with our offensive line again.
Yeah.
We got consistency on defense. We got those guys back, and all those guys are playing. And, and then back in the secondary, our guys have gotten some game reps at corner, and they're playing really good for us. The way we like to play defense, we're going to get a penalty from time to time just because of how we do play defense. And, it's not going to be a deterrent from us continuing to do it, I can tell you that. And then offensively, there's a certain way we like to play offense. There's certain things we like to do, and we're going to continue to do them and try to do them as good as we can do them. And, we'll let the chips fall where they may. One thing, that's been brought to my attention about this ball game this week is the fact that, it's been said that we're not Neville of old. We're just Neville by name. I said, okay. Well, we'll find out Friday night.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if the Tigers can rise to the occasion, and we look forward to that challenge. And I think our players will play well. I know they will, and so we'll see.
Well, challenging those players. I mean, you go through a district here. I mean, I know it's tough in any situation not to look past that that opening round opponent.
Right.
But, I mean, this, like you said, I mean, Pineville comes in 4-1. I know Ruston is a couple of weeks away, and your focus is on the Pineville Rebels.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Like I said, they're 4-1, and I mean, it's been said that we're the 5th best team in the district.
Yeah.
So we'll find out about that too.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're going to find out a lot of things about our football team starting this week, and starting Friday night.
Yeah.
But I think we'll fare well. Our players are determined to be a good football team, and I think anytime you have that determination and that kind of spirit as a team, then you're going to have success. And our guys have figured that out, and I think that's the thing that we'll try to preach to them. For the remainder of the year. There's an expectation of excellence at our school.
Yeah.
It has been before we got there. It will be when we leave there. But, we're writing our story right now as a football team. And so we'll see how it turns out.
Well, we go to a place, I mean, I think this is the second new venue that we have. I mean, we haven't
played there since I've been here anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to ball games there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
over the years.
You know a lot more about it than
I've been to a few ballparks
in
my day.
But is there anything to know about this?
Well, I think it's
kind of a classic old school.
It is very
Pineville.
unique, and it's down in a hole, and I mean, I kind of like the setting myself, and. It looks like they got a lot of construction going on right now there, and and coach and them are doing a good job with their football team.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the head coach at Louisiana College, and he's a good football coach. Coach Charles is, and they're doing a really nice job there with those kids.
And you get in a place like Pineville and a parish like they have.
Yeah.
Some interesting
dynamics. I can tell you.
Over there.
Kids are going to school everywhere, and
and
that's
Bolton,
why.
Bolton shutting down. I mean, that's across the river, but either way. But Bolton shutting down put about 550 kids.
And they all went. I think a bunch of them went to Peabody, and that's why Peabody looks like in this classification, which we should know something about here. I don't know, in a week or so, or a few days. The 15th, I think, is the deadline or whatever it is. The 15th. When is that? Next Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, it's
Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
No,
we'll know something about all that, but I think a lot of those kids went to Peabody, and so Peabody goes up, and somebody goes down, and who knows where it all goes.
Yeah.
And we'll figure that out. We'll figure all that out when it comes time.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can worry about.
No,
you can't control it.
No,
you can't control it, and you know what happens trying to worry about all these things you can't control.
100%.
Well, the Tigers can control their own destiny, and it starts this Friday. I mean, as we got a couple minutes left, I mean, what is your message? I mean, is it any different from this non-district to district for?
Not really.
I mean,
team? Not really. It's about us. And that'll continue to be my message the entire season.
Exactly.
And we've talked about that with our players, and they understand it's about us. And I mean, we talked about the next man up while we had the injuries going on, and I just think that as long as we're worried about what we can do to be successful, what do you do as an individual? Do your 1/11th. You do your job. The next man next to you does his job. And you put all 11 of them together, then we got a pretty good football team, and that's the key. If we do exactly what we're supposed to do how we're coached to do it, we got a chance. And again, I've said it from the very beginning. We had to stay healthy, and the entire season to be where we think and know we can be. But if we have to have some missing pieces. During the course of the year, then we'll struggle at times, and we'll just have to work extra hard at it.
Yeah, it was good seeing the smile from Juju. I know you got a nice little laugh at it.
Laughing at him, that boy.
But it was kind of talking about what you just talked about there. I mean, being 111th, doing your job, having your role on that team.
That's it, and everybody does. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. And my message to our scout team guys, the guys that will be playing for us somewhere down the road, I don't know where, but somewhere, they're young right now. And, my message to them is practice like you're going to be a player, the starter. Mm-hmm. If you don't do that, then you're hurting yourself, but in turn, you're hurting our football team because you're not giving us the effort we need and the effort we need to get better on offense and defense. And I think our players have done a fantastic job the last 2 weeks. Those guys there have done a really, really good job of getting their self better at the same time helping our offense and defense get better because they're playing faster and harder and that's what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have some passion for the game, and, I think they've done a really good job of that.
Well, it definitely showed the other night, and it was good to see. Well, Coach, we're out of time.
Right.
I know we could go on for hours and hours, but you obviously got other things to some more pressing matters as the Pineville Rebels will be waiting for the Tigers.
Quick thing is you can get your tickets are online on Facebook, on Neville Tiger Network, Neville Tiger Football, Tiger Gridiron Committee.
Yes.
Everything, all of those things.
Click the link.
With the link you can click on to get their digital tickets.
That's right. The digital tickets down there in Rapides Parish. Well, get them now, and we'd like to see a huge crowd follow the Tigers down to Pineville for this district opener. Coach, thanks again for your time here this Wednesday night, and for Coach Hunt and the boys that came in here. Justin back in the booth, Bill Anders. I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night. We'll be back on the air Friday as the Tigers travel down to Pineville for the district opener. Hope you're there with us. Good night.